Trump was near-sadistic in phone calls with female world leaders, according to CNN report on classified calls.
Here's a summary of the article.
President Donald Trump was chummy with male world leaders in phone calls but turned near-sadistic when he was speaking with women in the same positions, according to a new report from Carl Bernstein for CNN. Bernstein, who rose to fame at The Washington Post during the Watergate scandal, cited White House and intelligence community sources familiar with highly classified calls. The president's overall conduct on these calls was described to Bernstein as a danger to the national security of the United States because of how unprepared Trump was. The calls caused former top Trump deputies, including National Security Advisors H.R. McMaster and John Bolton, Defense Secretary James Mattis, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, and White House Chief of Staff John Kelly, as well as intelligence officials, to conclude that the president was often delusional, as two sources put it, in his dealings with foreign leaders, Bernstein wrote. He added, more than a dozen officials either listened to the president's phone calls in real time or were provided detailed summaries and rough text recording printouts of the calls soon after their completion, CNN sources said. The sources were interviewed by CNN repeatedly over a 4-month period extending into June. Trump got belligerent with German Chancellor Angela Merkel and former UK Prime Minister Theresa May, the report said. The then Prime Minister would get flustered and nervous when Trump attacked her, according to a source Bernstein cited. He clearly intimidated her and meant to, a person familiar with the calls told CNN. The behavior extended to in-person interactions too, a German official told CNN. When Merkel visited the White House in 2018, Trump displayed very questionable behavior that was quite aggressive. The Chancellor indeed stayed calm, and that's what she does on the phone, the official said, according to the report.
This post received a score of 19,000, with an upvote ratio of 88%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than Merkel took Trump's vitriol like water off a duck's back, Bernstein quoted a source as saying, and would simply respond with recitations of fact. That sounds very Merkel-like. She's been dubbed the Teflon Chancellor before. I like it that German leaders get dubbed Teflon because they can intelligently field any question or charge, and American leaders get called Teflon because their party has enabled them to get away with treason.
To be fair, he had that nickname before the treason thanks to his inherited wealth.
He's been in over 3,500 court cases prior to election, and slipped right through most of them, either by paying off the plaintiff or whoever he was up against didn't have the money to follow through with the legal costs. I repeat, 3,500 cases. Nobody on the up and up has that many court cases.
Donald Trump has a knack in the NYC real estate industry for being a dick who'd sue everyone hoping that the other guy didn't have the money to follow through with the legal cost, a SLAPP suit. He apparently had another knack to pay contractors late and so on. Forgot what op-ed or documentary this was from, but it's there.
Yeah, I learned about what you're referring to on the Dirty Money doc or another doc about him. He had over 200 contractors sue him for unpaid work at his Atlantic City casino, alone.
What about all the money owed to states by the Trump campaign? Or the money still owed to D.C. for the inauguration?
I want to know as well. I'd like to see why they still support him after stiffing them on the check.
Greater than some of the things he said to Angela Merkel are just unbelievable. He called her stupid, and accused her of being in the pocket of the Russians, one source told Bernstein. Projecting like a laser show there.
It is actually hilarious that Trump in particular would call Merkel in particular stupid. She has a PhD in physical, quantum chemistry.
Well, that's nice and all, but was her uncle a great professor and scientist and engineer at MIT? Checkmate.
Insert nuclear copypasta below.
Look, having nuclear, my uncle was a great professor and scientist and engineer, Dr. John Trump at MIT, good genes, very good genes, okay, very smart, the Wharton School of Finance, very good, very smart, you know, if you're a conservative Republican, if I were a liberal, if I ran as a liberal Democrat, they would say I'm one of the smartest people anywhere in the world, it's true. But when you're a conservative Republican they try, oh, do they do a number, that's why I always start off, went to Wharton, was a good student, went there, did.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.